Today I'll be paying tribute to Jorge Adolfo Harris. Simplicity. Simplicity is a term that we often hear, but what does it really mean? When I Google the word simplicity, the definition is the quality or condition of being able to being easily understood or do. In a life where we are always busy with college, family, work, career development, and many other things, we often forget to appreciate the simplicity that life brings. Today, I'll be paying tribute to the person who inspires me to appreciate such simplicity in life, my grandpa, Jorge Adolfo Harris. So this is my grandpa. I'm actually in that picture, I'm cut off in the corner. This was his Facebook profile. So first, I'll be talking about my grandpa's early life, then his career, and then how he lived his last years. So now I'll be talking about his early life. He was born on October 15, 1936. He was born in the outskirts of Buenos Aires, Argentina, and he lived a particularly suburban middle class lifestyle. But when he was 15, his father died, and he quickly had to he had to help maintain his family. So he had to drop out of high school and work. By the age of 18, he actually joined the Argentinian army and was able to finish his studies at night while taking care of his family. So now that I've talked about his early life, now I'll be talking about his career. So during the majority of his life, my grandfather spent countless hours on the road. He was a traveling salesman, and he had to travel to rural parts of Argentina selling farming products such as agrochemicals, fertilizers, and food for cattle. So as you can see, here's a map of Argentina. It's really vast. So he lived in Buenos Aires here and had to travel pretty much all over Argentina. According to the International Trade Center, Argentina actually has the highest amount of land dedicated to agriculture and is second in the world next to Australia. So it actually beats the USA. And having spent so much time away from his family, my grandpa learned to appreciate any moments that he had with his family and with people in general. So now that I talked about his career, I'll be talking about his late life. My grandpa was a philosopher. He always sought truth and meaning in life. During his later years of life, he found a lot of that joy in Freemasonry. And according to History.com, Freemasonry is one of the oldest fraternal institutions in the world and included people like George Washington and Winston Churchill. My grandpa was very dedicated to his fraternity, and he actually went on to become a master mason before he died. Although I only really knew him until I was around 12 years old, whenever I visited him in Argentina, we would actually do simple things like walking down the street, chatting, eating ice cream. I don't know. We were very mellow. So during his last years of life, he enjoyed doing those things. But even without me, really, he just enjoyed walking around his neighborhood, being part of his fraternity, calling people, making unannounced visits to friends, and really, most importantly, just being rather than trying to do things or buy things. My grandpa always managed to stay positive, calm, and joyful. So now that I've talked about his late life, I'll be concluding. So my grandpa certainly didn't have an easy life. However, he was able to always cherish simplicity and enjoy what life brings to him, no matter what. And he went from maintaining his family early on in life to learning how to love his family from far away and finally appreciating dedication and love, whether it was for Freemasonry or for his family. Unfortunately, my grandpa died on November 9, 2015 due to the hardening of his arteries, which is a common condition among heavy smokers like him. However, being with him and hearing anecdotes about him, I think about him a lot, and I use that to ground myself every day and come back to appreciating the little moments that life brings to us and really just focusing around one thing: simplicity. Thank you.